Tired of dealing with annoying flies, fruit flies, and gnats in your home? The Zevo Flying Insect Trap is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description now to get your Zevo Flying Insect Trap on Amazon and enjoy a bug-free home today.
A 12-year-old Texas girl was raped before being murdered by two illegal immigrants, police say. Jocelyn Nungaray suffered a sex attack prior to her killing last month, the medical examiner in Houston confirmed 2 weeks after her slaying. Houston prosecutors have been awaiting forensic evidence of a sexual assault since a second crime on top of murder would make the two Venezuelan men accused of killing her eligible for the death penalty. Johan Jose Rangel Martinez, 21, and Franklin Pena, 26, are charged with capital murder in Nungaray's death. They accused of luring the girl underneath a bridge, where they stayed with her for 2 hours before the men emerged alone. Her body was found the next morning after she had been strangled, bound, and thrown in a bayou. She was naked from the waist down. The men met Jocelyn, who had snuck out of her house on June 16, as she was walking to a 7-Eleven around 10 p.m. June 16. The men walked to the store with her and later under the bridge. Investigators have yet to say which of the men they believe raped Nungaray before her death. Although the men were charged with capital murder, which would normally make a suspect eligible for the death penalty in Texas, it did not in this case. In the Lone Star State, a capital murder charge usually means a person murdered someone else while committing a second crime. Some years ago, capital murder was expanded in Texas to include the murder of a child between 10 and 15, even if no other crime was committed. In order to get the law passed, legislators stripped the death penalty component for 10 to 15-year-olds. For murder victims in that age range, a suspect must be accused in a second crime in order to qualify for lethal injection. In Jocelyn's case, prosecutors did not initially have proof that a second crime was committed against her. They couldn't even charge the suspects with kidnapping as the girl was seen in surveillance video willingly leaving with the two men. Since last week, Houston District Attorney Kim Ogg said she was waiting for lab tests that could make Pena and Martinez eligible for capital punishment. Should those tests produce evidence that would support a charge of sexual assault, or should other evidence be brought forward that supports a charge of kidnapping, both underlying offenses with this capital murder and these individuals death penalty eligible, Ogg explained in a press conference last week. One of the suspects has pinned the blame the girl's death on Martinez. Pena told authorities he asked Martinez to stop while under the bridge. It was revealed in court Monday morning, KTRK reported. However, Martinez put his arm around Jocelyn's neck and covered her mouth. Once she was dead, Martinez tied her up and told Pena to throw her in the bayou to remove any DNA. Both men are currently being held in jail, with $10 million bonds each. A third man who briefly lived with the two suspects was the one who ratted them out to the cops. The unnamed roommate claims he had only lived with the two men for a matter of days when he ate dinner with the accused killers on June 16 at a restaurant called Ojos Locos, or Crazy Eyes in Spanish, according to Fox 26. 2 days after the murder, as Houston police led a full-fledged manhunt for Nungaray's killers, the tipster was watching TV with Martinez and Pena when their photos flashed on the screen. The roommate tried not to react, as he wasn't even sure it was them. Through a family member, the roommate contacted investigators who were able to arrest them. Last week, hundreds attended a funeral for Josie, as she was laid to rest in Houston. Today is the last day I will get to physically see you and just touch you one more time, Julie choked back tears. We will see you again, I promise. The young girl was remembered by her nickname, Josie, who loved to read fantasy books, especially Harry Potter. Her hour-long funeral was open to the public and was attended by the First Lady Cecilia Abbott of Texas and the state's lieutenant governor. They sat up front and knelt by the girl's mother during the end of the service, offering comfort.